You're listening to MRP, the Metal Robot Podcast.
Welcome. Hi, it's Tom. This is the Metal Robot Podcast. I'm your host, Tom McKay, coming to you on our off week. We are currently off this week. There's no new episode this current week, but I wanted to come on to still give you a little bit of something. I know we are technically on a bi-weekly scheduled upload for Metal Robot Podcast, but I mean, influencers is kind of like taking over as like two episodes a week. Come on, who do they think they are, those guys? I'm one of those guys. It doesn't matter. But I wanted to give you something still. And this is something I explained a bit more on the Patreon side, because this was originally a Patreon exclusive and Patreon early access for about a week. But I wanted to start doing something where with every main podcast upload, I also upload the main interview segment on its own. But also, if it's long enough, or if it was something I had to cut down a lot of stuff got left on the cutting room floor. So I wanted to kind of restore the full thing and give it to you as a bonus episode. So a lot of stuff you are hearing right now got cut. A lot of stuff did not make it in the final interview episode. And you're going to hear it here on the Metal Robot Podcast, but you'll also get the bonus version. You get the Patreon exclusive version for about a week early. In fact, at the same time as the main podcast upload. It's something I'm experimenting with. I don't know if this is going to stick around or if this is going to fall by the wayside. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but I want to try this out for a little bit, see how it goes. So let's check it out. The bonus episode here, we're taking a look back at the Influencers of Metal podcast co-host and the mastermind behind Thrashers Paradise, Collin Sterling, who joined episode 72 to talk about the various number one rankings for our sister podcast and the series What Have You Been Listening To, ranking the number ones for each month. Well, taking a look at the number ones for each month and seeing if they had held up as of the couple days before June 1st. Have they held up? Well, let's find out in this bonus episode here. This is the Metal Robot Podcast.
You son of a bitch.
Collin, hi.
I knew it.
You knew? What'd you know?
Freaking knew it.
Wait, what?
You are cheating on our podcast with this other podcast. Are you kidding me?
Listen, man.
You told me this podcast meant nothing to you, and yet here you are still keeping it alive on the edge.
I don't remember those being the words, but okay.
I'm just fucking with you. It's to, of course, correspond with a intro we did for one of the upcoming Influencer Mail podcast episodes where we did a telenovela intro for bands that broke up, and we wish we're back together.
So that episode, if you follow the Influencers of Metal podcast, which is another one of our podcasts here at themetalrobot.com, featuring Collin Sterling, the man, the myth, the legend, as the main host, and me just kind of there. I exist.
It's basically me aura farming and Tom just being, okay, what sound effects can I add to make this more chaotic?
Yes. I'm just here for the button and nothing else.
Shun the non-believer. Shun.
So
I honestly forgot you added that to the repertoire.
Yeah. I don't play it enough, clearly. I mean, we've said it enough times.
No, we should we gotta start making reference to it a bit more when we record, but yeah.
So we are here, Collin, for a very specific reason, because for those who do, like we mentioned the Influencers of Metal podcast, which, by the way, when this episode drops, it's June 1st, should be June 1st when it comes out. But also same day is the Y Belt, which sounds like a very interesting sandwich. What the hell's a Y Belt? It is What Have You Been Listening To, our monthly series over on the Influencers of Metal podcast, where we talk about music that we have been listening to for that month. It's an ongoing series. It's one of our big episodes per month. And so what I wanted to do here, Collin, is we're getting into June now. We're getting into like
Yeah.
the second half of the year, some like within the next month or so. So I wanted to kind of do a bit of a checkup, right? I know many of us hate the doctor, but we got to come in for a bit of a checkup on our music listening and see how we are doing, how our health has been holding up, and if it's going to continue. So what I wanted to
Yep.
do is go through all of the Y belts that we have done this so far this year, and look back at our number ones from each episode and see
Okay.
if they are still like, if we still think they are really good, deserving of that top spot. What has our thoughts changed, stay the same, all that good jazz. So are you down for that, Colin?
I mean, I am, unless you have something better to do, like interviewing a band.
No, clearly not. So so we're going, so in that case, let's travel back to the beginning of the year. New Year's has passed.
Yeah.
By this point, we are getting over our New Year's hangovers, or trying to question why we haven't gotten a New Year's hangover. And we go through the entire month, we get to the end, and by the end of it, the number one pick starting off the year of thrash, I felt really strongly. Colin, your number one pick was Creator, Crushers of the World.
Yes.
So that was on
Well,
both
right
of
off
our
the bat,
lists.
yeah, right off the bat, I haven't listened to it since January.
Really? Okay.
Well, just well, with a lot of the spare time I have, I was listening, either getting stuff prepared for heaviest, or listening to other stuff for the Y belts, or just other side projects, rocker metals and stuff. So,
Mm.
but I remember I was very satisfied with it. It was an extremely good start, and honestly, January is always going to be the roughest month, I find, for
Yeah.
releasing new music, just because it's the first month of the year. People are like still getting over the Christmas hump, like you said,
Mhm.
curing their hangovers from New Year's Eve. Which, if it takes you a month, that's kind of concerning.
Hey,
But
you don't know how hard some people party, man. Like it's something.
hey, hey, to each their own.
To
But
each their
in
own.
all honesty, I think the only real thing though that would change about the list is Megadeth being included, because when we recorded the Y
Right.
Belt in January, we recorded it before the Megadeth self-titled release.
Yeah.
So that carried over into the February Y Belt. Now, I
Yeah.
did bring it up. It wouldn't have finished first
Right.
with
Yeah.
Creator. No, but to answer the question, I still do believe Creator was the best album to have released at the time which we recorded it,
Yeah.
and it still left a good impression on me. Now, as in regards to halfway through the year, do I see it being in my top 5? Honestly, probably not. But if it was like a more expanded list, like a top 10,
Yeah.
then yeah, I would see it there.
Yeah, Crushers of the World pops up every once in a while for me. I don't like, outside of like, same with you. Outside of January, I have not like dedicated a proper listen to the album like since then. But it does pop up every once in a while on my playlists because it was a really good fucking album. And still, when it pops up,
Yeah.
like fuck yeah, I'm enjoying the hell of it. But I do agree that it's like it's something that I would love to sit down with it again, but I don't know if it would like still like hold up like where it ended up on my list that
Yeah.
time. Because I
Because it wasn't number 1 for you. It
no, it
was,
was
I want to say 3, 4.
it was three. It was three. Number 4 for
Okay.
me
Yeah.
was Orchid Throne, which Barry in
I
Black is still a great album.
I'll be honest with you. I don't even remember that top 5.
Yeah. Well. I mean,
Oh,
there were still like really good ones in there.
yeah.
Overall, I mean, your honorable mention at that month was Hazard, because you hadn't
That's
heard
right,
the third dimension
because
until that point.
yeah, I didn't hear it, and it came out last year, and I was just like, well, I kind of feel disappointed in myself.
Yeah. For me, I still think that my list, I still like my list where it was. I mean, I topped my number one with I think they're from France. They're a blackened symphonic band, Upior. with Forefathers Eve Redemption. That
Hmm.
like, again, another one that pops up every once in a while on my playlists. I agree with how I felt at the time, and I still like it when it pops up. But I don't know. I've kind of like cooled off a bit on that particular album. Like, I have not like
Yeah.
given it a proper listen since, and I felt like no obligation to do so personally. Like, the hype around it for me, like the listening obsession has kind of like dwindled since
Yeah.
since then. So like, looking back, I wouldn't say I'd want that at my number one spot. Like,
Hmm.
for like that month. I don't know. Like, it's that I think at the time it was a really good pick for that, but now I don't know. Like, I haven't really thought much about it since.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're kind of already not off to a like, yeah, well, like, how quick do our opinions change like over the course of like over the course
Yeah.
of 5 months? Yikes. So
Well,
that's
but again, we're comparing a single individual month to an accumulated 6 months.
no, exactly, yeah. Which, speaking of,
So
as we move into
that's
as we move into February,
February.
you've already talked about it. Megadeth was your number one for February.
Megadeth was my number one, and I talked about this in the March Wipeout. You can quote me on it. I recently heard it with Liam from the Blizzard because we had a guest that month.
Yes.
My number three was Exhum's Red Asphalt, and the exact words I said, and you can quote me on it. And if you, by some magical flute, add in the actual quote, it would say, if the recording times worked out, this would have been my number one album for February.
Oh, Exhumed, yeah, yeah.
Yes, because again, due to when we recorded it, we did miss a couple Fridays.
Yeah, like early on in the year, because of the way timing was working
Yes.
out, I
Yeah.
like to try to get the Y belts recorded as close to the end of the month as possible. That gives me at least
No, I
enough time to edit the episodes, but also allow, like, that way we're not missing too much of the month. But obviously, January and
yeah.
February, like, scheduling just didn't work out that way. We kind of
Yeah,
like,
no, I get that, but it's just it really Megadeth, honestly, it was a good album. I enjoy it. Have I listened to it since February? Not really, because
yeah.
once again, like the CD got taken out of my car. It hasn't been
Mm.
put back in my car since March, but
So
I
Little
enjoyed
Miss
it. It was
Thrash
a
has not
very good album.
Little Miss Thrash has not requested headbanging music since then.
Oh no, she has. She's been listening to a more wide range of
Yes, her
music.
her tastes are evolving.
Again, I stand by why it was number one.
Yeah.
I do,
Hmm.
but again, the situation of the matter is, looking back at it and everything, if we had waited that extra week and got Exhumed involved,
Mhm.
my number one for February would have been Exhumed Red Asphalt. And to me, that would have probably been like a top, I would have considered it top five, even if it was at the
Yeah.
bottom five for the first half of the year. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's just, again, scheduling, timing, that plays an effect into it. But
Yeah.
no, looking back, I can stand by my decision for Megadeth self-titled. But again, if the scheduling was different, it would have been Exhumed Red Asphalt, because death
Yeah.
metal.
Looking back on my thoughts on the Megadeth album, like, it was like, it's better than I thought it was going to be.
Yes.
And like, it still holds up, like, even a little bit later. But like, I think I don't know if it's maybe because I'm really not a big fan of watching him become a god. But it's like, I maybe was a bit too kind to that album personally,
All
because
right.
because on my list it was number four, I think. Yeah, four.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, and I was like, I would have like probably put that in like number five, to be honest. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it was yeah, I don't know. Like, it was one where I was like, I really have not felt again, much like in January, I've not felt the desire to listen to it. But even worse, when even the good songs pop up on my playlist, like my like in mindset, like when when that pops up is like I'm really not feeling Megadeth, and I move on to the next song. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not like I hate the album, but it's like I don't know, like it
You
just
know
not.
better.
Yeah, like there's better like that I've come across and I would rather listen
Yeah.
to. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, but overall, like Megadeth, like obviously Exhumed would be like what you would replace it with, but like
Um,
is there like, do you feel that Megadeth's self-titled has held up at all, like since its release for you?
yeah, I do. No, I do. See, but this release is a different beast. It's not just another release, it's the last ever
Yeah,
studio album. So that makes it alone such a significant album, not just in the history of the band, but in the history of thrash.
right,
Because,
yeah, yeah,
Slayer is, well, I guess we could all confidently say, done recording albums, as they just announced a South American tour with Power Trip.
Yeah. I don't think we're getting another Slayer album anytime soon
Um, no, but
or ever.
Anthrax is coming out with their new
Yes,
album in September, which
they're doing it
just
for the
by
kids.
just off of For the Kids, I can confidently say I think it might be the thrash album of the year,
Oh, okay.
just because
So it left that much of
Anthrax
an
bringing back
impression.
their roots.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about it too. Like Anthrax is always, for some reason, they were great with Joey when they started first releasing albums. Then Joey left, and the band kind of just. It feels like we forgot those albums,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
in between ones from
yeah.
Joey. Then when Joey came back for Worship, which interesting fact enough, he wasn't supposed to record. It was originally scheduled to have Corey Taylor record Worship music
Oh yeah.
with Anthrax. Yes, but Corey Taylor had to cancel,
Yeah.
and it reunited the band with Joey,
Oh, no kidding, huh?
which I think really saved. I which really saved Anthrax, really, because
Yeah.
Worship turned out to be such a killer album, and then For All Kings was just a masterpiece, and
Oh God, yeah, such a great album.
now this new album. I am not bringing up the name because I don't want to fuck it up,
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
but I think it's going to be a very, again, I think it has the potential to be the thrash album of the year. Will it be the album of the year for either one of us? Who knows? Only time will tell. But if the
Yeah.
rest of the songs have that same caliber as For the Kids,
Mm.
then the metal world's in danger because Anthrax is truly returning
Yeah.
as the king.
Yeah.
But
No, and yeah.
again,
No, go on.
Megadeth's Megadeth's self-titled, for, again, we keep bringing it up, for the band's last ever album. It's
Mm.
really good. It's a good farewell.
Oh yeah.
Now, again, there's the odd song or two on the album that you're like, eh.
I still like the last note, personally. Like the way they
Yeah.
closed the
No,
album was
the
really
last
like
note was the best. I
yeah.
think the best song they could have written as a farewell.
Yeah. Tipping Point is a really good like good a great
Intro.
thrasher, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and meanwhile, my number one wasn't even a new album. It's just I was listening to a lot of Dio at the time because I was doing like Holy Diver, because I did the Essentials Dungeon for on
Yes, you
this
did.
podcast with that album. And now this time, of course, we did King Diamond's Abigail. So like it's like we're just like holding into like the heavy metal here on this show. Like for some,
you're catching up. You're catching up finally.
Yeah. So with that in mind, like because it's not a new album, like I have no comments on that. But I will say, like,
I guess the only question I would have for you is there, from that entire month of February, is there an album that released that month that you personally feel could have topped, that could have been number one?
Off the top of my head, I can't think. I'm kind of curious what like could have, if I had like listened to it at the time, what could have topped it. because that's the thing is like, well, I mean, Converge did a pretty good job, but I wouldn't say that like topped it. No fucking way. What was Rob Zombie taking over? It's just not happening now.
I get that. I wasn't a big fan of that album either.
Did you end up hearing the new Love Bites album? Like at all?
No.
No. Like, because I know.
I don't.
I will say, like, Mayhem did a really good job with theirs. They released a Liturgy of Death.
Mayhem released a very good album. I do remember listening to that and being impressed.
I was very satisfied. I don't know if it'd be number one, but like Converge, Love Is Not Enough was a really good one. I love, like, you know me, I like metalcore, but especially like that early, like proto metalcore is really good stuff. And of course, Tail Gunner was fantastic. I mean,
they were my number 5.
They were your number 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So like that kind of speaks for itself. I don't know who would have topped Dio if I had like spent a bit more time with it. Closest I could think of is maybe Converge, but
okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know for March, it's actually an interesting dilemma for us both because we had the same pick.
This is the easiest one. So like we both agreed. Garia's Loss was the best one from that month, even with Exodus dropping the Goliath album. Like we were on that Garia train.
See, the only album for me personally I could compare Lost to would be Mammon's Throne.
Oh yeah.
My number 2.
Yes, Mammon's Throne, My Body to the Worms.
My Body to the Worms, because I actually was very fortunate enough to physically buy a CD of Mammon's Thrones. To the Body from Worms, or
My Body to the Worms.
My Body to the Worms. I was fortunate enough to find it at Morningstar Records.
Yes, in Hamilton. I still had to go.
Hamilton,
I've heard such good things.
I'll bring you. I'll have to take you. They're
actually
now officially open.
There's some Thrasher guy.
Week.
There's like some Thrasher guy talking like so much good stuff about it. So clearly, that's supposed to be good.
I like how you ignored the fact I said I broke big news on your podcast.
What was the big? Yeah, they're open like 24 hours.
They're now open. No, 7 days a week. 7 days a week. Yeah, okay. They're now open Monday through Sunday.
Monday through Sunday. Fuck yeah. So yeah, we got
Monday through Sunday. Hell yeah.
We got to check it out at some point. Morningstar Records.
Yeah, I'll bring you.
In Hamilton on Ottawa Street.
95 Ottawa Street North.
Ottawa Street
but
North.
Gary's Loss.
Yeah.
Again, this is an album I see being in the top 5.
Oh, totally.
For
like it's still
my best albums of the year so far. Now, where will it rank? I don't know, because
that's the thing.
The coming months, I actually find a lot of the number 2s I found better were some of the number 1s released in the previous months. But Gary's Loss, it is such an extremely well-written album.
Yeah.
And I very much enjoy it. And, well, the reality of the matter is this is where the Y-Belt scheduling actually kind of benefited it.
Yeah, because we recorded this closer to the end of the month. And we did it with a guest.
But also my April number 1 was released in late March.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second here. But yeah.
We're going to get to that in a minute. But so I'm glad Garia was properly allowed to get that spotlight. It's have I listened to it since March? No, but I know it still holds up.
Oh, totally.
Because I can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's what makes an extremely great album, is the fact that even if you don't listen to it and you're still just thinking about it, then the artists themselves did a great job. Now, again, Garia, March is the first confident one I can say is accurate. No changing the plan. But again, I think it would be the first instance of the number 2 being a very close number 1, like a very just out of the number 1, because Mammon's Throne, from
My Body to the Worms.
My Body to the Worms.
Yeah,
is really the first instance of just it being like, I hated putting it at number 2, but
that's the beauty of putting these lists together is like you listen to these albums and you're like, where the hell is this gonna rank? Like you have to make those compromises. Like Gary is number one, but honestly, like I like still agree it should be number one. But my number two was also Temple of Void, The Crawl, and I still love that album. I mean, that was such an amazing like death metal album that I'd only then just discovered Temple of Void, and I was very like surprised and very happy. But Gary, yeah, that's definitely still holding up in like
Oh shit!
that's still holding
Did
up
you
in like
figure it out?
the top 5
Yeah.
for my year.
Sorry, my dad got me gas.
Oh, that's okay. That's good. Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
So yeah, Gary definitely I think is sitting pretty safely in the top 5 for me as well at the current moment, at least.
Yeah.
So that yeah, I think it's safe to say on that one. But let's move on to like we're getting close to the end of like our Y belts so far. But let's move on to April now. April, you talked about for a brief moment that because this album came out in March, and it ended up your number one in April, and you're like, why? Like this, I wish this was like in the list for March. Growth, their album Under the Under.
I see. I wouldn't say that. I would more say I'm glad that I had to put it in April.
Right? Yeah.
Because
So like,
I feel
it's like Gary has his time to shine.
Yeah, because I would hate kicking Gary down to 2 and Mammon's thrown down to 3, but Growth's Under the Under.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking album. Progressive death metal from Australia, and I still listen to the song Slings That Shatter.
Yes.
And just that song alone makes me realize continually, repeatedly that is the album of the year in my books. To me, that's that's my try and top this album.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's like I'm telling you up front, if I don't say Growth as my best album of the year so far when we record that episode, then you're gonna know that there is something better. But Growth's Under the Under is just a masterclass sophomore release that will propel this band to new heights. Will get this band more international fame and glory, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But Under the Under is the album I even recommended this album to one of my daughter's friends' dads at daycare. I got invited to a birthday party for my daughter's one friend, and the dad happened to be a metalhead, and we just started talking again. And like, he introduced me to a killer band called Elder. Check it out if you're into like a early Mastodon kind of stoner metal.
Yes.
And I just sent him on that album. He was just like, dude. I'm like, dude. I'm like, dude. But now I want to bring up that number 2 album, My Wraith.
Oh yeah. Oh, I checked it out, dude.
What was it?
My Wrath. They're from Africa. I know that much, dude.
Tunisia,
dude.
I believe it's called Mirror of Wilderness.
Yeah, Wilderness of
Mirrors.
Yeah,
Wilderness of Mirrors.
Dude.
See, to me, that's a number 2 that in any other month would be a number 1.
Oh yeah, because goddamn, like that was so
I would not
good.
be surprised if that makes the list. Like halfway through. Really think about it, because honestly, to me, that is the best prog album I've heard this year. I think will come out this year, just because they blended so many extra elements into it, and it just really superseded what the perception of prog is.
Yeah, it's got so much like it's got so much like great like atmosphere, great composition, like overall, like it's great prog, and like the addition of like the type of songwriting that you would expect, that you would like, that you would hear from like that corner of the world, like incorporating those
Yeah.
elements like sounds so fucking amazing on its own, but add in the progressive metal aspect, and you've got a fucking banger here. Like I can't think of any prog band that can top that at this point, because I didn't listen to it until you told me about it and we played that sample on the
Yes.
show, and I was so blown away. Like it was amazing.
Yeah,
So
we played the part from Le Enfant du Soleil,
yes,
which is like track number 4 or 5
oh, somewhere around there. Yeah,
on the album. And I just remember I saw your reaction. I'm like, yeah. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I told you about it like the day I started listening to it. I'm like, hey, check it out.
If you did, I don't remember, but I know we brought it up
Yeah.
on the show, and yeah, my
Yes.
reaction spoke for itself. Like I was hooked. Like as soon as I
Yeah.
heard that, I'm like, holy
Yeah.
fucking shit! Like why am I bringing up Archspire
Yeah.
when this here is here? Like
Well, no. Archspire.
Archspire was
I
really
think
good. Yeah, you
yeah,
did talk about
I
Archspire. That was
actually,
your number
yeah,
3.
number 3. That was my number 3. And I was talking to actually again the dad,
Yeah.
and he actually at the time of when everything went down, it was a week after Amon, or 2 weeks after Amon Amarth, 2 weeks after Archspire, because they just happened to be back-to-back nights in Toronto. He went to Archspire. I went to Amon Amarth with Tom here.
Yay.
We talked a bit about the new Archspire album, and I told him I think it's the best Canadian release so far.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And he's just like, "Oh, I completely agree."
Yeah.
Like
It's
again,
definitely
they
it's something
they won a
amazing.
Juno last time round for a reason.
Yeah, like these guys are good. These guys, they're good. Like they're amazing. And
Yeah.
and Too Fast to Die speaks volumes on this one. But that was not my number 1. Here's the thing.
No.
Looking back, like this was like a month ago, like 2 months ago at this point. Like no, about a month.
Yeah.
About a month at the time of this recording. And I still stand by Threat Signals Revelations being my number 1, because I was so happy with that album. I was very excited for it when it was like in release.
You wouldn't shut up about it for months.
Yeah, and for good reason. It was really fucking amazing Hamilton metalcore. And when it came out,
think
it lived up to the hype. But looking back, I'm like, oh man.
I'm pretty sure 2 of the singles were back-to-back honorable mentions for February and March.
If
I'm not mistaken.
No, so well, that was it was my number 5 was Non-Essential in February, and then in March it was.
I believe it was an honorable mention.
It was an honorable mention there. Exercise the Demon.
But
yes, because my number 5.
3 straight months talking about Threat Signal.
Yeah, worth it. But looking back, I'm like, you know what? It's honestly more tied, I felt, with my number 3 from April, which was Winterfileth, The Unyielding Season. Great black metal.
Yes.
Which I think I said they're from Finland. They're UK. Like they're a UK band. I don't know why.
Of course they are.
Wrong part. Yeah, wrong part of the of the continent on that one.
Congrats, Tom. You blew it. You blew it.
You played yourself. Yeah, United Kingdom. They're from fucking Manchester. I said Finland.
Now, I'm actually kind of curious now, because of how much you love Wilderness of Mirrors.
Yeah.
Where would have that ranked in your April? Because it was an April release.
See, that was not on my list for April, because I didn't hear it until you told me about it, or like we played it on the web.
No, but that's why I'm asking. Like
where that would rank, period?
Now, retrospect.
Oh, in retrospect.
In retrospect,
I feel
if you had to listen, if you would have happened to listen to it during April before we recorded, do you think it would have made your top 5? And if so, where do you think it'd be?
It definitely would have been top 5. Like, I don't know where exactly, because I'm really having to think, like, because, oh man, it might have actually ended up topping the list potentially. Like just barely.
Okay.
I still believe that even with that I'm secure in saying that Threat Signal stayed at the top. I will say though, in retrospect, Like Winter Phyllis was definitely, I felt like I love that album more than Too Fast to Die, personally.
Okay.
Like I
Yeah.
feel, but
No,
not
I'm
like
just
just barely. Like that's if I had heard Wilderness of Mirrors for that month, like the top like 3, 4 would have been like tied essentially for that spot, which would have been like, which would have defeated the whole fucking purpose of a list.
yeah. I mean,
It's like here I am talking
I
like
felt.
talking like bone like Battle Grave, talking Atreyu, and it's like this fucking masterpiece
Yeah.
was sitting around.
Yeah. The Thrasher found the masterpiece.
Yeah, exactly.
But
But you know what? But you know what? As we move on to to the last one, we're going to be very vague about this one because as I mentioned, this list is coming out the same day as this episode
today.
drops.
Yeah,
So
just came out today. Very excited to hear it when
yeah,
I get the chance to hear it because I really do enjoy listening back to our episodes and just figuring out what we could do better as a team going forward, what I can do better as a well, I don't really look at myself as like the host.
Yeah.
Again, I look at myself as again, we're both hosts. We're just co-hosts.
Yeah.
In a way, but I do enjoy like figuring out how I can be more entertaining. I know. As entertaining as I am, I still question it.
Well, it's you know what, that's
But
always good though. Is like to because like even if you think like I'm really good in this, like there's always room to like there's always the ceiling is always moving up.
yeah.
So like always like
Well, fuck.
it's like it's like
Even in my
you're going
even in my beer league hockey, like I'm 26 years old. I've been playing hockey for over 20 years, and I'm still like, hey, listen, if you guys think I'm fucking up too much, just let me know. Like I'm willing to listen to whatever issues you guys have.
Well, that's the thing, and
And
especially in like content creation as a whole, like with podcasting, with comedy, is like there's all like even if you're like very satisfied, if everyone's like very satisfied with where you are, like sticking in that spot where people are satisfied, I feel is how you ruin everything else because if you don't continually get better, like and like better yourself, like do more and try and like improve upon like how great you already are, then you're just going to get stagnant and people are going to move on. Like there's always the ceiling's always moving up. You got to move up with it. Yeah, and I think death metal's getting that message too. Because holy fucking shit, what a month for death metal!
it may, So I will say my top 2 were both death metal albums. Death metal albums I loved, both death metal albums that came out on the same day. I'm gonna say like both my 1 and 2 are probably gonna be in my top 5.
Yeah,
and I can say this: number 1 for me, definitively, if we're talking about what's the best that's been released so far, I feel confident in saying it's a number 2. It's my number 2 because the replayability of it is just so fucking great. Like I've heard that album 5, 6, 7 times.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would be shocked if at the end of the year when Spotify does their wrap, last year they included. Well, no, last year they included for the first time in I think forever, or for the first time ever, most listened to album.
Yeah.
And for me, I'd be surprised if by the end of the year, that's not my most listened to album.
Yeah.
Just because, again, it's something I really enjoy. I thought it's really great death metal. And just an album that left a proper impression. And for it being, again, another amazing release in this band's early-ish career, it really does set them on the right path.
Yeah.
Now, I know you gotta talk about your number 1 from May, but I do want to catch you up. So I'm officially done the Chris Barnes era of Cannibal Corpse because for a teaser for your Metal Robot listeners, we're going to be doing a heaviest Cannibal Corpse episode come July. And
Yep.
I've taken it upon myself to physically be responsible of listening to all 16 Cannibal Corpse albums.
I have offered to help, and you've turned me down every time.
But it's okay. It's okay. I will say I've listened to the first 4 now.
Yeah.
The first 4 or 5.
I'm in
I will say
danger.
the Chris Barnes era is done. I
Yeah.
finished listening to The Bleeding. I will say, early Cannibal Corpse is so influential and so important and really good. I get it. Chris Barnes, you like him, you hate him, you want to kill him, you want to write a song about him.
No.
But I think it's terrible to neglect his importance to not just Cannibal Corpse but the death metal. Like, in the end, Hammer Smash Face is a death metal staple.
Oh, totally, yeah.
It's unfortunately it's not Corpse Grinder, but you gotta put some respect on Chris Barnes' name. Like, early Cannibal Corpse, I don't know if it would have worked if it was a different vocalist. Early Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Early Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
But again, I gotta listen to Vile, which is Corpse Grinder's debut with the band.
Mm-hmm.
So God only knows how far of a left or right turn we're gonna take.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna.
Yeah, but Tom.
Yeah.
How do you feel retrospectively about your number 1 for May?
I still stand by it because I know when I brought it up and we played a sample, you were like not a fan at all of what I played.
Oh, hell no.
No, it's not your thing. Which is fine.
No,
like
it's
that's
not.
which is fine. Like I'm sure like there are people like freaking that would like take one listen to that like that, or like would hear that someone's like not agreeing with somebody, be like, what the fuck, man? Like, how dare you? Like, there are people like freaking, there's a reviewed YouTuber I follow, The Metal Meltdown, who did a review of the new Devin Townsend. He was not a fan. And the comments.
The Moth?
Yeah, of the Moth. And like the comments were like a lot of like people going, what the fuck? And it's like, guys, who gives a shit? Like, I don't love all of Colin's picks. Colin doesn't need to love all of mine.
Yeah.
We can debate, we can disagree on albums, and we can like also like find some cool bangers.
I feel I'm more vocal than you would be when it comes to not. I feel you would have your ways about saying you didn't care for it, where I'm just blunt to a point where I'm like, I burn it with fire.
Yeah,
I think you can quote me on that too. I said that for that album too.
I think you did. I like, I'm still like at time of this recording, I'm still in the editing process, so I kind of have to like I'll find it again. But like, you have to check out the episode. I like, that's all I'm saying on it. Like, if you want to find out what the hell we're talking about, then after this episode it wraps up for the night, you'll check out that one next.
And then we are both in the process of selecting our June Y belts.
Yeah, and that's going to take the course over this month.
You know what? This is quite interesting because we're at a point where we don't really have a list.
Yeah.
But like, we've started considering shit. Like, for me, right now, my number 1 is Sweden's Monolord with their brand new album, Never Ending.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a fan of Doom, Monolord is a band you gotta listen to and give it a try. I've known them since their Rust release.
Yeah.
And like, that was back when I was in high school. And to be honest, Never Ending is such a head over heels, like, if there was an album that would really propel them, it's Never Ending.
Yeah.
Such a brilliant Doom album. Like, it's depressing, but not too depressing. It's solid musicianship at its finest for a genre that's very much just, it has its fans and it has its haters. but Monolord's Never Ending. Even you, like, I give it a try. You might like
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, you started listening to Castle Rat, so who knows what other Doom bands you might like.
Yeah. Well, before we head out for the night here, because we've been talking for quite a bit on this one, we get a chance to look ahead at the month coming up, because we will, as you mentioned, start to put together our list proper for the month of June, and there's a bunch of stuff coming out, like alongside stuff like Evergrey releasing Architects of a New Weave this week coming up. There's also Amberian Dawn with Temptation's Gates. Who else is on here? I'm just looking at a glance here. It's freaking so excited for the new Sleeping with Sirens. Of the stuff that is that you know is coming out in June, what do you hope will be great enough to end up on your Y Belt list?
You gotta give me a second to look at what's coming out this month.
Yeah,
And I'll give you an honest answer.
Because I'm kind of curious to know how the new August Burns Red is going to do. I have not heard them in a little bit.
That's this month.
That's this week.
That's this week.
Yep, June
that's
5th.
That's one honestly I've been really, really excited for. You got me into August Burns Red, which again I think you should feel proud of.
Yay!
You got the thrashy boy into some good metalcore. Evergrey, Evergrey, I'm going to be realistic. I will prioritize mainly because there is the plan to see them come September with Hammerfall.
Yeah, so that's June 5th alone. I mean, first of all, Voivod is releasing their Symphonique live album, which I've already heard like a bit of a taste of it already, and it's pretty good. It's like taking all their best hits and adding an actual full-blown orchestra to it. It's really good. But it's also coming, that's the same day as the new Evergrey. Evanescence is dropping their new album Sanctuary same day. Converge has another one that they're dropping. I didn't see that coming. And of course, August Burns Red.
I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at this month, not a lot of bands I typically listen to or typically have given a try. So there's going to be a lot of giving chances to, and a lot of seeing if it sticks or not.
That's the thing. It's like that's also like we're only looking really at the Wikipedia list. I can pull up probably like other like other lists and see what sticks out. But yeah, like there's
I'll probably check out Stitched Up Heart.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Maybe check out the new Tarja.
Yes.
Just again for me, this month will be a very much a taking chances, seeing what I can find.
Yeah.
And
I am though excited for the new Lindsay Schoolcraft album coming out June 19th. Because that's going to be.
That is one I will definitely be listening to when it comes out.
I'm very excited for that. Like of the singles we've heard so far, it's so far like I'm excited.
You know me, I've listened to the one where she did like the 2000s music video for.
Yeah, that one song. That's like.
That was.
Listen.
That's not a flashback. I don't know what is.
Oh my god! I was looking at that like, oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was looking at that music video like, oh my god! If Limp Bizkit didn't do this music video, they did it in another universe. Like that's like I'm looking at that like, holy shit! That's So
but again, let's see what June brings, and I will say this with everything I've listened to up to this point this year, I would be very surprised to see a June release make my best of the best so far list.
Yes, which by the way is an episode that we will be doing in July, which we have slated to do with Chris Thrash of Thrash and Banger.
John and Thrash,
And-
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. You know, he's a good buddy of mine, and we made an offer that was simply too good to pass up by both parties. And it kind of just, the more we talked about it and the more it got discussed, it's like the sweeter the deal got and the sweeter everything worked out. And
Yes.
you know, I'm very happy to have Chris coming on. Haven't spoken to him since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a lot of fun to just try and stay sober with him.
That'll be a very interesting episode when that comes out. So, Collin, thank you
It
so
will be
much.
for sure.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining me on
My
the
pleasure.
show tonight. And as mentioned, after you are done with this episode, you can check out the latest episode of the Influencers of Metal podcast with Collin and Tom, where we break down our top 5 picks for the month of May. Collin, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Well, that was fun. Thanks again to Collin for joining me here. And also, let me know if you want more of these bonus episodes, if you want me to keep doing this. And if so, I hope you'll also subscribe to the Patreon page. It starts at $5 a month for the lowest one, and you can get access to all the exclusives. $10 for all early access podcasts and long form videos. It's monthly technically, but you can cancel at any time. Any support really is very much appreciated. We'll be back next week on the Metal Robot Podcast with Lindsay Schoolcraft to talk about her new album Harrowing, due out actually this Friday when this episode drops. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the podcast and also be on the lookout for that album. I got a chance to hear it early. Just saying, really good shit. So thanks so much for joining me. This is the Metal Robot Podcast. I'll see you in the mosh pit next time. Have a good night.
You just listened to MRP, the Metal Robot Podcast.